For you with 6 News at 11.
Somebody out there is paying attention.
Families reflect on getting help for veterans suffering from the long-term effects of service. It's our top story tonight at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones. Siobhan has the night off. Thousands of veterans are hoping to get care for illnesses possibly linked to toxins that they were exposed to at home and abroad. Josh Sanchez has more on the federal legislation package, making it all possible, and how it's holding up a year later. Josh?
Sherry, the Honoring Our PACT Act was signed nearly a year ago, and it aimed to recognize service-related illnesses without making veterans do the work of proving they got sick during their time in the military. The families I spoke with say it provides a sense of relief during some difficult times.
You never believe it. I mean, even when the doctor tells you. Doug had stage 4 from the beginning.
Jan Bowman remembers when she and her husband Doug found out about his diagnosis of appendix cancer. Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, spent 38 years in the service with a deployment to Kuwait for 1 year, from 2004 to 2005. Bowman says he worked at a port alongside a burn pit. Burn pits have been blamed for exposing service members to toxins from the mounds of trash. Bowman says before Doug died in 2020, they started the long process to get the Department of Veteran Affairs to approve his toxic exposure claim. Doug urged her to keep working through it. Last year's passing of the Honoring Our PACT Act gave Bowman another opportunity to apply for benefits, and this time they were approved. Bowman says now she won't have to leave the house they built together in Weberville.
I was thinking, beforehand that I might not be able to pay for some of these things, and that, maybe in 10 or 15 years I would have to sell my house because I couldn't pay for someone to clean my house or cut my grass.
The PACT Act takes the burden off of the vet to prove their illness is connected to their job if they're diagnosed with one of 23 conditions. In Portland, one veteran family is waiting to hear back on their claim.
I don't want to see him hurt as bad as he hurts. I see him struggle to stand. I see him struggle to walk.
Ron and Pam Canterbury just submitted a new claim after bouncing between Grand Rapids and Lansing for medical tests. Ron has been suffering from hearing issues, diabetes, and vascular problems since his time in the Marines. For Ron, he isn't worried about the now, he's concerned about the road ahead.
I have everything I need. Just want to make sure at least she's taken care of.
Now, the VA press secretary told me today that they have processed more than 380,000 claims since they started processing them at the start of this year.
Now, Josh, are there any deadlines for these kinds of claims?
Now, there's one deadline to keep in mind, Sherry. If someone files a claim before August 9th and it gets approved, then the veteran and their family could get benefits that could get those benefits backdated to when the act was first signed last year.
All right, so that is an important deadline. All right, thank you, Josh.